Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video I have already shown you how to design this user control, that is customer registration. So if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to the description. There I have put the link for my previous video, or you can simply do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of the screen. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to back end code for this. Okay, let me close this and start coding with this. Okay, so first thing what we have to do is we have to actually create a table to store the customer details. So which query we have to execute is this one. So first thing what you have to do is you have to actually pause the video and you have to write this stuff. Okay. So let me move back to our project on which we are working. We are working on hotel management video and move back over here in the design part. Here you can see this. We have few boxes, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. These 8 records are related to customer. So we have to save these all data 8, and we have to only save one thing, that is room number, into the database. Okay, and with the help of room number we can find all the remaining stuff about the room number. So move back to the database. Okay, so here you're going to observe we have how many columns: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, and we have one room number. Okay, so we have created a checkout table over here, but we haven't created any input box for that. We have a separate user control for the checkout, and the same table we are going to work with that. Okay, so not to worry about that. I'm going to show you each of the stuff. So first thing what you have to do is you have to actually pause the video and execute this query. So I'm going to explain what actually this query contains. So first thing, create table and customer. Make sure your database name is selected over there. Just click on this and select database name, that is my hotel, and after this you have to execute this query. So this error is showing because I have already created a table with the name customer. So create table, and my table name is customer. First thing is CID. It's CID is a primary key. I have mentioned over here primary key. It's of int type identity 1, 1. That means that it's going to increment it each time whenever we are going to insert a new row into the database, into the table. Okay, so C name is a username, customer name. It's of varchar type 250, not null. Mobile big int, not null. When you mention big int, you don't have to mention the size. Okay, so nationality varchar 250, not null. Gender varchar 50, not null. DOB varchar 50, not null. ID proof varchar 250, not null. Address varchar 350, not null. Check-in. In the same way, checkout. Here you can see this. I have not mentioned not null over here because checkout will be null by default. Initially, when the customer log in or register into our hotel, then checkout will be null. On the basis of that, we are going to filter that who is assigning in the hotel and who checked out. Okay, so if the customer checkout detail is null, it means that customer is still in our hotel, and if the checkout date is fill, then it means that customer is already left our hotel. Okay, so checkout, we are going to checkout, leave this checkout null. When we create, nothing will be inserted into this, and this checkout not null, and it will be default will be no. Okay, so I have written something wrong over here. Okay, so you have to write CK, this one, and you have to replace this one. Okay, like this. Here you can observe we have check-in, check-out. Oh, sorry. You have to mention that too. Okay, so we have to mention these all stuff. I have already mentioned it over here. Here you can see this, and finally we have room ID int. So you have to write like this: check out varchar 250, not null, yes, no, like this one. Room ID and not null, and I have made a foreign key with the room ID. My foreign key is nothing but room ID, this one, and it references to which table, that is rooms, and the primary key of that room. So in the rooms, let me go back over here. Here we have the rooms table which we have created in the previous video. So in this room we have room ID as a primary key. So I have make a foreign key with the reference of that room table and the primary key is this one. Okay, so I hope you have created this table. Now I'm going to move back to our project part. So I am now here. So first thing what I want is, on the basis of selection of room, on the basis of selection of bed and the room type, we need to fill the data inside these room number. So before that, before going to code inside this, first thing what we need is, we want to actually change the name of these all text boxes and combo boxes for the first. So I'm going to change the design name of this. So click on this, go to properties, and there you will find name. So I'm going to change this one txt name, this one to txt mobile or contact, change this one to txt nationality, change the gender to txt gender, change this one to txt dob, change this one to txt id proof, this one to txt address, change this one to txt check-in, and finally we have to change few more stuff, that is this one, change this one to txt bed. Okay, change this one to, just go to properties, select this one txt bed, this one to txt room type, or you can just leave this one room, change this one to txt room number, and change this one to price, txt price, and change this one to btn allot room. So first thing what we have to do is, we have to actually set the gender for this one. So I'm going to just click on this small triangle over here, click on this items, and I'm going to copy these items from the complete project, that is this one. So I'm going to move back over here, just click on this, and I'm going to select this one, male, female, and other, move back over here, paste it. You have to write this one, just pause the video, male, female, and other. Okay, just move back over here, and here what we want is, on the selection of bed type, that is single, double, or triple, and on the basis of room type, that is AC, non-AC, after the selection of these stuff, we want to add room number inside this one, dynamically add room number inside this one. Okay, so how to do that? First thing, we have to hard code the bed type and the room type over here. So let me just click on this, click on items, and move back over here. Let me copy this one, items, copy this single, double, and triple, move back over here, paste this stuff, single, double, and triple, click on OK. Now we have to click on this room type, just select this one, click on this, move back over here. I'm going to copy this one, AC, non-AC. Okay, and hit OK. Now what I want is, when I select, let me start this and let's see if this all combo box now contain AC, non-AC, and other stuff or not. Click on this. Here you can see this, when I select this single, double, triple on the room type, what I want is, when I use a select single and select AC, then if these rooms available with a single bed and AC type, then only the rooms inside this one needs to be visible. So how to do that? And here you can see this, we have gender, male, female, and everything is now visible over here. So on the basis of these two, I want to set the room number inside these combo boxes. So let me close this and let me show you how to do that. First thing what we have to do is, we have to go to the function which we have created in the previous video, this one, and we have to add one method over here. So let me do that. So move back over here, just enter public SQL data reader, I'm going to return a SQL data reader, data adapter object, sorry, reader object. So that's why its return type is SQL data reader. Okay. So after this, what we have to write is, I'm going to set the name for this function is get for combo, and this is going to accept one method, one argument, that is a string of string type, and I'm going to name that one query. After this, I'm going to write SQL connection, and con is equal to get connection. So this get connection is a method which I have already written over here. With the help of this get connection, I am going to get a connection with the database, and that connection is going to store inside this con. Okay, after this we have to write SQL command CMD. We have to create the command for that command object, and we have to pass the connection to that command. After this, what we have to do is we have to open the connection con.open, and we have to write CMD is equal new SQL command, and in this we have to pass the query and connection. After this, we have to write SQL data reader SDR is equal to CMD. Finally, we have to execute the CMD command, that is the query, execute reader, and finally we have to return the reader object SDR, this one. Now our error has been resolved over here. Now the task is done till here. Let me zoom this one and let me show you clearly. So here you can see this. You have to just write this method, just pause the video and write it. Okay, so now next what we have to do is we have to move back over here, and in this what we have to do is we have to move to the designing part of this one. So I'm going to generate a click event or something. Okay, so I'm going to generate a click event or load event for this one. I'm not going to code anything for this one now. So first thing what we have to do is we have to actually write a method inside this one, in this. Okay, so let me remove this load event for now. Let me close this, move back this one over here, just click on this load event, and let me remove this stuff, and you can see this. Now the stuff has been removed. So first thing here, we have to write one more method to set the combo box. Now from there we get the combo box. From here we have to actually set the combo box. So public void set combo box. I have written the name to this method, and inside this we have to accept two arguments, that is query, the first thing, and the second thing is combo box name, on which we have to set the combo box. So combo box, and I'm going to rate this combo. Inside this, what we have to do is we have to write SQL data reader. It's not showing a pop-up because we haven't imported the library. So we have to write, and after this you will find a small rectangle over here. You have to hover over that, just click on this and click on this using SQL system.data.sql client. When you click on this, the color has been changed and the library is already imported over here, this one. You can manually write it, or you can do the same way I have did over here. SQL data reader, and here you have to write SDR is equal to function. So first thing I have to create the object for the function class which we have created. Function fm is equal to new function and string type query. So function dot, and we have created a method that is get for combo, and in this we have to pass the query. This get for combo method accept one query, this one the query. Whenever we call this method, inside this method we are going to pass the query and the combo box name which we want to set. and at the same time this query is further passed to this get for combo method inside that function class. Okay, so if you feel complicated about this, so you can directly contact me on Instagram. There you can put a text, or if you're stuck anywhere in this project, then you can feel free to contact us and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe my YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram too. After this, what we have to do is we have to check that while SDR dot read, it means that this while method will run till this str dot read. Read means read the text from this SDR. It means that when one row is readed, after this it moves to the second line. When this loop completes for the first time and move back over here for the second time, it try to read this once again. If there is at the end of the row, then this will not read any stuff. So then this loop stop working. Okay, inside this, what we have to do is we have to set for int I is equal to 0 and I should be less than str dot file count and I plus plus. This loop will run till 0 to str file count. It means that how many files inside this loop will run from 0 to that number. And here what we have to do is we have to set the combo. So the combo box name is combo over here. You can see this combo dot, we have to add items. Each time with each iteration we have to add items dot add, and inside this we have to write sdr dot get a string. And inside this we have to set the position of that, the index value, that is from the I, it starts from 0 and keep adding inside into that. And finally we have to close the connection, sdr dot close. If you get stuck in this, if you can't understand this, don't worry. Okay, so if you stuck over here, then don't worry about that. This is going to be used only for one time or maybe two times hardly. So this one is not that much important. You can actually keep a track on this, but you can code by leaving this one. You have to just write this and forget this, you have written it over here. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to actually, let me move back over here, and here we have this one, that is the room, txt room. What I want is when I select the bed and when I select this one, I want to set the room number on the basis of these two stuff. So what we have to do is we have to code on this txt room select index change. Just click on this one, select index change. Here you can find the event with the name of that. Just double click on this and this will generate txt selected index change. And here what we have to do is we have to first take the we have to write the query. So query is equal to, and which query we have to write, select room number. This is actually room number. I have written n in the capital because in the database my column name is like in this format, ROOM, and n is in the capital letter. That's why I have written it that way. So move back over here, select room number from table name is rooms, where bed is equal to plus the double quotes and single quotes. It's in the string format, that's why I've written it over here. So first thing what you have to check is bed type. So the name of this one is txt bed. So txt bed dot text, and room type is equal to txt room dot text, and booked is equal to no. Okay, So now here you can observe why I have written this one. Check the out varchar, or this one is no. Okay, sorry. This one is no. Booked is equal to no. Why I have set it over here. So here you can observe whenever we are going to add only those room numbers into that combo box whose booked status is no. Okay. So now our query is ready. Now after this, what we have to do is we have to set the combo box. So set combo box. So our method is set combo box. So this one. In this, what we have to pass is the two stuff. That is first is query. So we have the query over here. And next thing, the combo box name. So which combo box we want to set on the basis of these two combo boxes. So we want to set this one. So we have to check the name for this one. txt room number. So I'm going to pass to the stuff that is query. And the second stuff is txt room number. And hit enter. Now just start this and let's see if this works or not. So I've started this, login, click on this, select the bed, single, room type EC, and you can find we have two rooms, that is 101 and 102. So try it once again, single, and click on AC, and here you can observe we have again 101 and 303 is added. So this is not looking quite nice. So what is the problem with this? Okay, so if I click on this once again, I will find we have added one more time. So first thing, what we have to do is we have to clear the previous data, and after that we have to add new data. So if I select triple and AC, and you will find that we have added more records. If we have the data inside that non-AC, then yeah, everything will be added. So let me search for single AC. And you can observe we have more records, that is 101, 30, and everything is now added repeatedly. Okay, so we don't want repeated data inside this one. So how to do that? For that, whenever we select this one, first thing what I want is I want to clear the combo box inside this one, clear items from this one, and after that add new one. Let me close this and write a one line of code over here. So txt room number dot items dot clear. And when you write this and when you start this and when you log in, go over here, select the bed single or triple and click on AC, you will find you have only one room, that is 2. And if I click on this once again, then you will find still we have only the single stuff. Okay, so you can observe now we have the single to one these two stuff. After this, we have to actually face one more issue whenever we do this. Okay, so that is what I want is whenever I click on this single type, we have one more issue. Here you can see this. When I select the single and click on AC, we have 102 and 303. Okay, so we have these two rooms, but this room is of what single type. And here you can observe when I select this one and select the double, still we have 101 and 303 in the AC type. And if anyone click on this allot, then this double room will be allocated. 102 is actually single type. Okay, try to understand. Okay, so let me try to understand you this one from the beginning. Okay, so I have selected single and I have selected the AC, then two rooms are added, that is 102 and 303. Okay, if I select this one double and select AC, then you can observe we have 201 and 401. Okay, let me select non-AC. Here you can see this, nothing is over here because we don't have any data with the double non-AC. So let me select single and select non-AC. You will find we have one room, and after the selection of this, what we will do is I'm going to change the single to triple, and here you can observe these data is still in the text boxes and combo boxes, and this is not a good way to actually code. So what we have to do is we have to actually reset these two combo boxes whenever any index is changed inside this one. Okay, so let me do that. For that, what we have to do is we have to move back over here, just select this one click on this, select index change, just double click on this, and what we have to do is we have to reset the text boxes. So txt room dot selected index, we don't use this one, items dot clear. If we do that, then you can observe small stuff over here that this combo box is actually hard coded and this one too. So we cannot clear items from that. If you clear, then everything inside that will be removed and it will not be appear again. So what we have to do is we have to change the selected index. So we have to do selected index is equal to -1 for the first one, that is this one, and in this one is dynamically added, that's why we can clear the item from this one. So txt room number dot items dot clear. So now start this and you will observe that that type of issue you will not face. Login, move back over here, you can see this single type room number room AC, and you will find these two rooms. I have selected it over here. I'm going to change this one to double and you will find nothing is over here. So now this is the best way to practice. And now we can change the rooms. When I select none, here you can see this nothing is over here. So this is the best practice. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually set the price on the basis of room number. Here you can see this, when I select the single and select the AC and select the type, the single AC, and here you can observe in the add room we have already set the price for these room numbers. So I want that on the basis of room number the price needs to be visible over here automatically. Okay, so for that what we have to do is we have to code on this txt room number select index change. So just click on the event, just go to properties, right click and go to properties, click on this, and here what we have to do is we have to just click on the select index change, just double click on this and this will generate a click event. And here what we have to do is we have to write a query. So query is equal to, so if you are worried how this query is working, so I have already created a variable for that, a string query, so that we can use this one repeatedly. So query, and inside this I'm going to write select price and room ID. So why I'm taking room ID in the letter, in this video I'm going to explain you. Okay, so room ID from rooms where room number is equal to, room number is in string format, that's by single quotes and double quotes, and we have to put 2 plus and txt room number dot text. We have to select the price and room ID for that room number which is selected, and what we have to do is we have to set that into that particular text box. So how to do that? For that, first thing what we have to do is we have to call the method that is dataset ds is equal to function dot get data. Inside this data we have to pass the query because it accepts one query as an argument, and this method that is get data, in previous video I've already shown you how this method works. So this method is get data and this method is going to return a dataset object ds. So if you have not watched my previous video, then I will suggest you to please watch my previous video. In previous video I've already explained what is this stuff and how this one is going to work. Okay, so here this is going to return a dataset object with the data, and we have to set that data into the text box. So our text box name is text box price dot text is equal to, and this is the database object that is ds dot tables 0 dot rows, and in rows we have to pass 0 and we have to pass 0 once again. That is, the first one is for row and second one is for column, because in the data set the data is stored in the form of table, so we have to actually fetch the value from the 0th row and 0th column. We have to convert that to string, and after this let me start this and let me show you if this works or not. Login, click on this bed single AC, 102. Here you can observe now the price is changed on the basis of that. Double AC room type 201, price is changing on the basis of that. Okay, so this one is working fine. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually code for this allot room. So what we have to do is we have to store all these data into the database when this allot room is clicked. Okay, let me move back over here in the coding part. All the tasks for these all com box and text boxes is now done over here. So now we have to code for this PD and allot room. Okay, so now what we have to do is just double click on this, and this will generate a click event for this button. So I'm going to just double click on this. PD and allot room click event is generated. Here, first thing what we have to do is we have to check that all the text boxes are selected or not, or filled or not. Okay, so first thing I'm going to set if txt name dot text is not equal to null, and then txt contact dot text is not equal to null, and txt nationality dot text not equal to null. After this, txt after nationality we have gender dot text not equal, and txt bob we have txt id proof dot text not equal null, and after this we have txt address dot text not equals null. And after the address what we have is we have check-in, so txt check-in is not equal to null. Okay, so we have missed and over here, and dot text, and we have to check one more stuff, that is and txt price dot text not equal to null. In the else condition, if these are null, then what we have to do is we have to show a message to the user, else message box dot show, and the message needs to be visible, fill all fields. Okay, so something nice, all fields are mandatory. Okay, so if I did any spelling mistake, then don't judge me on that. Okay, so this message box is going to have some name, so name will be information, and this message box needs to have some buttons, so I'm going to put one button, that is OK, and some icons, so message box icon dot information. Okay, now I'm going to start this one, and let's check if this works or not. So without filling any data inside this, I'm going to click on this, and as you can see, this all fields are mandatory. Okay, so I'm going to click on OK, and now we can code on this. This one is working fine. First thing what we need is we need all the data from all these text boxes and combo boxes. So what we have to do is we have to actually start with that. String name is equal to txt name dot text. After this we have actually mobile number, so that's in the big end form, so I'm going to convert that into an integer type. So int64 mobile is equal to int64 dot parse, and this txt contact dot text, and finally we have string nationality is equal to national is equal to txt nationality dot text. And after this we have string gender is equal to txt gender dot text. And after this we have string dob txt dob dot text. And after this we have string id proof is equal to txt id proof dot text. And after this we have address is equal to txt address dot text. And finally we have string check-in is equal to txt check-in dot text. That's it. We need all these stuff to insert into the database. Okay, so let me do that. We have to insert the data into the database. So I'm going to write the query. So query is equal to like this, and inside this we have to write insert into database name is customer, and we have to mention the column names. So let me copy that from the database. I have written it separately. Okay, where it is? Okay, so we don't have it over here, so I'm going to copy this one and paste it again and again. So the task is done. So now what we have to do is we have to copy this one. Here you can observe CNAME. This one is the CNAME, mobile, nationality, in the same order. I am following the same order, the column order. Gender, dob, id proof, address, check-in, room ID, this one. So I have set all these stuff. So copy this. Then you can see this in the room ID is over here. So move back over here. I'm going to paste it inside this one. And here you can observe we have the data till over here. So from where we get this room ID? So if we get the room ID from here, I have shown you, we have executed the query select price, comma, room ID from rooms where room number is. On the basis of room number, I want the ID from that. So I'm going to create one variable over here. So end room ID. I'm going to mention it over here. RID is equal to ds dot tables 0 dot rows and 0, that is 0th row and first column dot, and what we have to do is we have to convert that to string. Now this will work fine. And okay, so this is actually a string type. Let me check into the database. So this one is actually int type. Okay, we can move back over here, and here what we have to do is, okay, so this one is showing an error. We check that. We have to convert that into the integer type. So int dot parse, and inside this one we have to pass this. Okay, here you can see this. Now our error has been resolved, and now we have to move back over here. So now what we have to do is insert into customer. These are the column name, and after this we have to mention the values. So values. And what we have to do is we have to write the name of each of the stuff. So first thing we have to write the name of this one, double quotes, single quotes like this, and 2 plus sign over here. So first thing is name, second is mobile number. So mobile is in the integer format, so double quotes plus plus like this, mobile. After mobile, okay, so let me scroll it this one a little bit like this. After mobile we have nationality. So nationality is in the string format, so single quotes, double quotes, 2 plus sign, double quotes and single quotes. Nationality, national, that is national, comma, single quote, double quote, plus plus, double single. So in this we have gender. After gender we have DOB. after DOB we have ID proof. After ID proof we have, let me check, after ID proof we have address and check-in. And after address we have check-in, so that's also in the string format. And after check-in finally we have RID, so that's in the integer format, so plus and only double quotes RID. And after this, when this room is allotted, what we want to do is we actually want to change the status of the room from booked to booked. Here you can observe, let me just move back to the database and let me execute this one. Select start from rooms. Suppose this room, that is 102, is allotted, then I want to change the status of booked from no to yes. So I have to fire that query too. So move back over here. So you have to write the query after this RID. Let me close this one. And after this we have to write the another query, that is update, and the table name is rooms. Set booked. Booked is the column name in the rooms table. Let me move back over here. And the rooms table we have booked. Here you can see this is the column name, and what we have to do is we have to convert that from no to yes whenever a room is allotted. On the basis of the room allocation, we have to change the status of that. Okay. So we have to fire two query on the single click. So let me do that. Move back over here and we have to write update rooms set booked is equal to yes, the capital letters, where room number is equal to, on the basis of room number we only want to set this one to the particular room. So if we don't use where condition with the update status, then this is going to update the whole record inside that table. So txt room number dot text. Okay, so let me delete this space, and after this what we have to do is we have to fire this query into the database. So how to do that? For that we have to just write the method, that is function dot set data, and inside this we have to pass the query. And with the query what I want is it actually accepts one query, and here you can see this two string argument, that is first one is query and the second one is method. So I want to show some method, so I'm going to write room number, and I'm going to mention the room number from the text box. So txt room number dot text, and what I want to mention is allocation successful. That's it. Okay, so now this will work fine. So let me execute this and let me show you by allocating a room. So let me first check the status of the room, that is 102. I'm going to allocate 102 to someone. Okay, so just click on this. I'm going to fill the data. So my name is Jay and mobile number is 5566499, like this. Okay, I am an Indian. Gender is male. Date of birth 1998 March 27. ID proof address Delhi, India. Check-in date, I'm going to select the single AC, and room type 102, and prices over here, and I'm going to allocate the room, allocate room. room number 102 is allocated successfully. Here you're going to observe the bed is single and room type is AC. When I click on OK, and here you can see this when I select the single again, and here you will click on AC and you will find that 102 is missing. Why this one is because if we move back over here, and here you can see this 102 is AC. Okay, AC, and its booked status is yes now. Here you can see this. So that's why 102 is not visible over here. Okay. So now what I want is when I click on this allocate button, after the allocation I want to clear all this data. So how to do that? For that we have to write one method. So let me move back over here, and we have to write one method, that is public void clear all. Inside this method what we have to do is we have to clear the all fields. Txt name dot clear, txt contact dot clear, txt nationality dot clear. After this we have txt gender, that's a combo box, and inside this we have actually hard coded the item, so we cannot clear the items from that. So we have to do the selected index is equal to -1, txt dob dot reset text. This is a date time picker, so we cannot clear any text inside that. So what I want is when I write a method reset text, when I use this method the text is reset to the today date. Okay, so txt id proof dot clear, and after this we have txt address dot clear, and after this we have txt checkin dot reset text dot reset text. Okay, after this what we have is we have txt bed dot selected index is equal to -1. After the txt bed we have room dot selected index is equal to -1, and we have txt actually room number dot items dot clear, because that one is dynamically added, that's why I'm going to clear for that one, and txt price also needs to be clear. So one small issue is still remaining, that when I start this and when I log in, when I move back over here, you can see this when I click on this and we select this one, and when I change this stuff all these are moved, but the price is still visible. So what I want is I want to clear this one too. So let me do that. So for that we have to move back over here, and after here what we have to do is we have to actually clear the text. Txt price dot clear, we have to do this, and we have to do this once again over here. So txt price dot clear. This will perfectly work fine. Now start this and let's see if this works or not. Bed single, room type EC. When I select this, now this one is also clear. On the basis of this one, if I change this one is also clear. Okay, so this looks better than before. Okay, now this one is working fine. Now what I want is when I move back to this one, I want to clear all this stuff. Here you can see this, I have written something inside these. I have selected these stuff and I have selected everything inside this one. So what I want is when I move back over here, all the stuff inside this needs to be cleared, and when I move back I need to see an empty stuff over here. So how to do that? For that, a method I have already written to clear all the stuff, that is clear all. So whenever we leave this user control, we have to clear the fields. So I'm going to write that. Click on this, search for leave, Here you can see this leave. Just double click on this and this will generate a leave. You see customer registration leave event. So I'm going to call the method clear all, and this will clear all the text fields. And then the same thing, what I want is when the room allocation is successful, and after this I want to clear the text field. So I'm going to write that same method clear all and just start this, and you will find that this will work. Okay, just log in, move inside this, and I'm going to enter something randomly like this one. Selected the single AC 303, and here you can see this. Now I'm not going to allocate the room. I'm going to move back to add room and move back over here, and here you can see this, everything is now clear. In the same way, if you fill all the data and allocate a room, and when you allocate, the allocation is successful, after that all the data will be cleared. So that's it for this video, guys. In the next video I'm going to show you how to design for this checkout button and how to back and code for that. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And thanks for watching, and keep supporting and keep liking and keep sharing. Thanks.